Welcome to Zorvex Animals, where we explore the most intense, powerful, and unbelievable battles in the animal kingdom. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most debated and fascinating matchups ever imagined in the wild: the crocodile versus the hippopotamus. Two giants of the African ambush predator, designed by nature for one purpose: survival through patience and precision. The crocodile does not waste energy. It does not chase endlessly. Instead, it waits, motionless, hidden beneath the muddy waters of African rivers, its eyes barely visible above the surface, scanning everything that moves. When the moment is right, it strikes with lightning speed, grabbing its prey with one of the strongest bite forces ever measured in the animal kingdom. A Nile crocodile can stay submerged for a very long time, controlling its breathing and heart rate to remain undetected. This makes it one of the most dangerous ambush predators on the planet. Even large animals like zebras, antelopes, and sometimes even buffalo fall victim to its sudden attacks. The crocodile's body is armored with thick, bony scales called osteoderms, making it extremely difficult to injure. It is built like a living tank, slow on land but deadly and explosive in water. But this river is not ruled by the crocodile alone. On the other side stands the hippopotamus, one of the most misunderstood animals in the entire world. At first glance, it may look like a slow, lazy, almost peaceful giant that spends most of its time floating in water. But in reality, the hippo is one of the most aggressive and territorial animals in Africa, weighing up to several tons. It is a massive force of nature that can easily overpower almost anything that threatens it. The hippopotamus is equipped with enormous jaws that can open nearly 180 degrees, revealing sharp, tusk-like teeth capable of crushing bone. Despite its size, it can move surprisingly fast in water and even on land when provoked. A hippo does not tolerate intruders. If anything enters its territory, it reacts instantly and violently. Many crocodiles actually avoid adult hippos because a single bite or stomp can be fatal. What makes this matchup so interesting is that both animals live in the same rivers, drink from the same water sources, and often cross paths. Sometimes they ignore each other, and sometimes conflict becomes unavoidable. And that raises the biggest question in the animal world. What happens when the silent killer of the river meets the unstoppable tank of the river? We will break down their strength, intelligence, defense, attack style, and real-life encounters in the next part. When we continue this matchup, the first thing we need to understand is that both the crocodile and the hippo are not just powerful animals. They're specialists of survival, shaped by millions of years of evolution to dominate the same environment in completely different ways. But their style of fighting is what truly separates them. The Nile crocodile relies on stealth and surprise. It is not a creature that engages in fair fights or long battles. Instead, it uses the environment like a weapon. It stays hidden under the water surface, sometimes for hours, waiting for any sign of weakness. Its eyes and nostrils are positioned on top of its head, allowing it to breathe and see while remaining almost completely submerged. This makes it extremely difficult for any animal to detect its presence until it is already too late. Once the crocodile attacks, everything happens in a fraction of a second. It launches forward with explosive force, clamps down with its jaws, and uses a technique called the death roll, spinning its body rapidly to tear apart its prey or drown it. This method has made crocodiles one of the most efficient predators in the wild. However, despite all this power, the crocodile does have limitations. It is not built for extended fights against large, equally powerful opponents. If it fails to finish the battle quickly, it risks injury or retreat. Now, when we look at the hippopotamus, we are dealing with a completely different kind of power. The hippo does not rely on stealth. It does not hide. Instead, it dominates through presence, aggression, and raw physical strength. A full-grown male hippo can weigh between 1,500 to 3,500 kilograms, making it one of the heaviest land animals on Earth after elephants. But what makes it truly dangerous is not just its size, it is its temperament. Hippos are extremely territorial, especially in water. If another animal enters their space, they react immediately without hesitation. Their jaws are incredibly powerful, capable of delivering crushing bites that can break bones or even split a crocodile in extreme cases. Unlike many herbivores, hippos are not defensive. They are actively aggressive when threatened. What makes encounters between these two animals so unpredictable is the environment itself. In deep water, the crocodile has the advantage of stealth and movement. But in shallow water or near riverbanks, the hippo becomes a living fortress, hard to approach and even harder to escape from. Many real-life observations show that crocodiles often avoid fully grown hippos unless there is a major advantage or opportunity. So the battle is not just about strength, it is about timing, opportunity, and environment. And this is where things start to get really interesting. In the next part, we will compare their strength, bite force, defense, and real fight scenarios to see who truly has the upper hand. Now we move deeper into the most important part of this comparison: raw physical power and combat ability. Because in the wild, it is not just about who looks more dangerous, but who can actually dominate when contact happens. Let's start with the Nile crocodile's bite force. The crocodile is often considered one of the strongest biters in the entire animal kingdom. Its jaws are designed to snap shut with explosive speed and incredible pressure. Once it locks onto something, escape becomes extremely difficult. This is why crocodiles are such successful ambush predators. Their attack is not just fast, it is also extremely efficient and final. However, the crocodile's body is built for short bursts of action, not long physical struggles against massive opponents. Its strength is concentrated in its jaws, but its limbs are relatively short and not suited for grappling with large animals for extended periods. In other words, the crocodile is a specialist killer, not a brawler. Now compare this with the hippopotamus, and the difference becomes very clear. The hippo is not a precision predator, it is a living battering ram. Its entire body is built for impact, resistance, and dominance. A hippo's skin is extremely thick, acting like natural armor against bites and scratches. Even crocodile attacks often struggle to penetrate deeply unless they do damage on any opponent, including crocodiles. In fact, there are documented encounters where hippos have seriously injured or even killed crocodiles during territorial clashes. Another major factor is body weight and stability. The hippo's massive size gives it a huge advantage in close-range encounters. While the crocodile is more agile in water, it cannot match the hippo's ability to absorb damage and continue fighting. A hippo can take hits that would discourage many other animals and still remain aggressive and dangerous. However, the crocodile still has one major advantage: strategy. It does not fight head-on unless necessary. It waits for weakness. It targets young or isolated individuals. It uses surprise instead of force. So even though it is physically weaker compared to a hippo, it compensates with intelligence and hunting behavior. Crocodile versus hippo. When we move from theory into real-world behavior, things become even more interesting because nature does not always follow simple, who is stronger wins logic. In African rivers and lakes, where both crocodiles and hippos live, encounters between them are not rare, but they are also not always full-scale fights. Most of the time, there is tension, warning behavior, or complete avoidance depending on the situation. In many documented wildlife observations, adult hippos and crocodiles often share the same water without direct conflict. This might sound surprising, but it actually makes sense when you understand their priorities. The crocodile is mostly interested in hunting smaller or weaker prey. A full-grown hippo is not an easy target, and attempting to attack one without advantage would be extremely risky. On the other hand, hippos are territorial, but they are not constantly seeking to fight every animal they see. They react aggressively mainly when they feel directly threatened or when their space is invaded too closely. However, when conflict does happen, it is usually because of territorial pressure or accidental proximity, especially near riverbanks, shallow waters, or during feeding times. In such situations, the hippo often has the upper hand simply due to its presence and intimidation factor. A hippo does not need to hunt a crocodile to dominate it. Its body language alone, open jaws, loud grunts, charging movement, is often enough to force crocodiles to back away. There have been real cases where crocodiles were seen retreating quickly when hippos approached, especially if the hippo was a fully grown dominant male. This shows that crocodiles are intelligent enough to recognize when a fight is not worth the risk. Survival instinct plays a huge role here. Even a powerful predator avoids unnecessary danger when the odds are not in its favor. But this does not mean crocodiles are helpless. In rare situations, crocodiles can still inflict serious damage, especially if they target young hippos or isolated individuals. The river environment is unpredictable, visibility is low, movement is restricted, and every encounter depends heavily on timing. A single surprise attack can change everything, but it also comes with a huge risk for the crocodile. What makes this rivalry so fascinating is that there is no absolute dominance across every situation. Instead, there's a balance of power depending on context. In open confrontation, the hippo's size and aggression usually dominate. But in stealth-based scenarios or opportunistic moments, the crocodile can still pose a threat. This is why wildlife experts often describe this matchup not as a simple fight, but as a coexistence of two top-tier river predators that respect each other's danger levels. In the final part, we will bring everything together and decide, based on strength, behavior, and real encounters, who truly has the edge in this legendary battle. After analyzing both animals in detail, their strength, hunting style, defense mechanisms, and real-world behavior, we finally reach the conclusion of this legendary matchup between the Nile crocodile and the hippopotamus. And to understand who truly has the upper hand, we must look at the situation as a whole rather than focusing on a single factor. The crocodile is one of nature's most perfect ambush predators. It is silent, patient, and deadly efficient. Its entire survival strategy is based on timing and precision. It does not waste energy in unnecessary fights, and when it attacks successfully, the result is often instant and decisive. This makes it one of the most feared hunters in freshwater ecosystems. However, its strength has limits when facing opponents that are significantly larger, heavier, and more resistant to injury. On the other side, the hippo is not a specialized hunter, but it does not need to be. It dominates through raw physical power, extreme aggression, and unmatched durability. Its massive body can absorb damage that would seriously harm most other animals, and its jaws are capable of delivering devastating bites. More importantly, hippos are extremely territorial and do not hesitate to defend themselves or their space with full force. This aggressive nature often discourages even large predators from engaging with them directly. When we combine all factors, size, strength, defense, aggression, and real-life encounters, the hippo generally holds the advantage in direct confrontation. In most realistic scenarios, a full-grown hippopotamus is simply too powerful, too heavy, and too dangerous for a crocodile to handle in a prolonged fight. The crocodile may have the advantage of surprise and stealth, but once a direct battle begins, the hippo's overwhelming physical dominance becomes extremely difficult to overcome. That being said, nature is never absolute. There are rare situations where crocodiles may succeed, especially when conditions favor them, such as targeting younger hippos or using perfect ambush opportunities. But in a straight, head-to-head encounter between two fully grown adults, the balance of power clearly leans toward the hippo. So the final conclusion is this. The crocodile is one of the deadliest hunters in the river, but the hippopotamus is the true heavyweight ruler of the water territories it inhabits. And that is what makes this rivalry so fascinating. Not a simple winner and loser, but a constant reminder that in the wild, survival is all about context, opportunity, and respect for danger.